guys, it's Alani. Welcome back to the Bikini Prep Diaries.
Say hi, Charlie.
Next Friday is when I compete as my lean protein source. We have quite a bit to catch up on, to say the very least.
But look at this freaking cutie. Say hi, Charlie.
I competed last Saturday, so let's unpack that. I am now 9 days out. Oh my gosh, I'm single digits. Holy crap, I'm 9 days out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so much to unpack here. There's a lot I want to walk through as well. And later on in the video, I am also going to talk about what my judges' feedback was this past show, because I do obviously have room to improve. This past show, oh my goodness, won my class. I'm so happy with that. So if you guys were following along from Junior USA's, which was my first show of the season, I got dead last in my class. And I've been very open about that. It was humbling, right? But I didn't want to shy away from that. I want to show like every single step of my journey. And I lost. I got 11th place out of 11 girls in my height class. And I knew obviously that was hard, but I've talked a little bit about this, so I won't ramble on too much about this, but I saw my stage shots and I was like, yeah, like that's a last place placing. Like I wasn't lean enough. I wasn't conditioned enough. Yeah, I had the hardest prep I've ever had. My body did not drop weight for almost 3 weeks while I was super sick, right? We were running my body into the ground. We know this. You guys saw it. It happened. Went back to the drawing board. Knew that that wasn't my best. Knew what my potential could be. Honestly, I say that, but I don't think I did know what my potential could be. I think that's the thing that shocked me the most, because a placing is a placing, right? Yeah, I got first place in my class this past weekend. That's awesome. And I'm so proud of myself for that. But truly, and I think that this goes to any competitors out there as well, a placing is a placing, right? And I think what really matters is how you show up. And this sounds super cheesy, right? But it's you versus you up there. Your placing is just how you stack up in a list of girls, right? That happen to show up that day. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty competitive class for that show. Like even the head judge, he was like, this is the best class we've seen to date. I was like, wow, thank you. Like this is amazing. But anyways, a placing is a placing. But what really, really, really like made me happy is the changes that we were able to make. I'm going to put up the side-by-side from Junior USA's, which was 6 weeks ago, to Southern States, which was last weekend. Last place in my class to first place in my class, which is absolutely nuts. So, but again, I think what really makes me excited is the changes that we were able to make. Like I was saying, I knew that that wasn't my potential, but truly, I don't think I knew what my potential was this season. Like, I did not realize that those tie-ins were under there. I did not realize that that amount of muscle and muscle maturity was there when we got lean enough, because I've never been that lean before. I've never been conditioned enough for a show. We're always a little bit behind and pushing my body to get lean enough. And the fact that this time we were able to bring the conditioning that we needed to bring, and that's what was underneath when we pulled back the layers, I was like, I kid you not, because all of show day, I don't really see what I'm looking like. Like, yeah, I see it like in the reflection, I see it in the mirror, but when I saw my stage shots, you guys, when I saw my stage shots of that day, like that next morning is when it really sunk in. And I was like, holy crap, I have never looked like this. And I don't even recognize myself. Like I saw that and I was like, that's me? Like that's what I looked like up there. So I think that's what I'm the most proud of. And I'm so excited to get on stage again in 9 days. This is another national level show. So this is a pro qualifier, but again, I'm not putting any pressure on myself because I know that I need more muscle. I need more size. I'm 22 and a lot of the girls that I'm going up against are older, have had more years in the gym, and I am still small and I need to grow. So I totally need to improve. So I'm not going into with any expectations of turning pro. But if I could get a first call out, if I could swing top 5, I would be over the moon, because this is a huge national level show. We are going out to Vegas. Next Friday is when I compete. So we fly out next Tuesday, which is like literally in less than a week. And I cannot believe it, but this has been the best season freaking ever. I'm gonna stop the rambling because I need to go train legs. So we're gonna go make a pre-workout meal and get a killer workout. Oh, I'm so excited. Alrighty, the pre-workout, the pre-workout meal of the day is tried and true, 93% lean ground beef and some good jasmine rice so we can get some good healthy fats, some good quick digesting carbs from the rice. Yes, it is the morning and I'm having my beef and rice meal, but I'm keeping everything consistent. And this is always my pre-workout meal and it works and I feel good after it. And I really don't even mind the fact that I'm eating beef at 10 a.m. Like it just doesn't bother me. All right, this is the gym fit. Oh, hi, Boo Bear. This is the gym fit of the day. I have my little set from TLF. I have the black tempo strappy bra, which you guys see me wear this like every single day. But I get a lot of questions on this, so I'm a small in the sports bras. And this is the tempo strappy. And then these I am a small in, which is their seamless shorts. But love these. And then I'm going to throw on my tried and true TLF sweatpants that I was wearing during cardio as well. I love these. And I like these oversized, so I got them in a medium, but I also have some of their sweatpants in a small. But I love the look of like a baggy sweatpant. So fun. But thank you guys so much for always using my code to support. That always means so much to me. My code is TLF-Alani if you want to try out anything, and send me a message. I want to see what you guys are getting. But this is the gym fit of the day. Let's go train some glutes.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest. Now he takes off her dress. Now let me go. And I just can't look, it's killing me and taking control. Jealousy turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I missed the bright side. I'm coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep.
Hi guys, that was such a good training day. I honestly never really train in the morning. Not never, but like most of the time I don't, because I like to have like a few meals in me. That way I'm like pretty fueled up and I can lift heavy. But today I had to like move around my day because my mom is coming over and we're gonna hang out. So it's kind of nice, honestly, to get my workout done in the morning. I think why I still felt good is because I do have carbs in my pre-workout meal still, because like you guys saw when I was pushing for that first show of the season, I was 0 carb, just like we were really pushing hard. And obviously body does not love that because carbs are our body's fuel source. So I felt really good with having pre-workout in my system and having some good carbs in my system. And now I have the rest of the day to get my work done, check in with the girls in my online fitness program, and I could just kind of like coast for the rest of the day. So that was nice. But that is my second to last heavy leg day before the next show day. I am so excited. But yeah, I felt really good. I felt like I was strong today, which is crazy for being this depleted. But coach did go ahead and send me over some updates. So the plan is I had my free meal afterwards on show day on Saturday. Like you guys saw, it is now Wednesday. So I've been back into my depletion menu, keeping food low, and I am already down below baseline. I woke up this morning at 111.3, which is a new prep low. Of course, I was 109.9 was the lowest I got down to before show day, but that was after we pulled water. And my lowest was like 112, 113 before we pulled water. So this is a new prep low. So I'm actually even a little bit leaner than I was headed into last show. So tomorrow we're going to do a big carb up day, which I'm so excited for. Do kind of like a little mock load, and then we'll see how my body responds to that. Because like I was saying, in the judges' feedback, they said that we do have a little bit of room to fill out the muscle some more. So we're thinking heading into USA's next Friday that we are going to increase my carb load that peak to fill me out a little bit. But again, we want to be staying in that sweet spot of like where I'm not losing the conditioning that I have. But I know I am a smaller competitor, and honestly, big picture, what I need is just more muscle. So we're gonna shut it down shortly after this show and go into a long growing season, because it is so important, not just as competitors, but as everybody, that you're not spending the entire year in a calorie deficit. I know that it is hard to think like, okay, I need to eat more, but your body truly, it feels it when you are not fueling it the right way. And when you go into a calorie deficit, it needs to be for a short amount of time so that you're not harming your metabolism, so that you're not harming your health. You have to get back to healthy. I need to put on a good amount of like healthy body fat, because of course, like this is not healthy, the state that my body is in right now, but we do push it to the extreme in bodybuilding prep. But I always want to be like super transparent about that. So that's kind of what the game plan is going to look like. Peak week starts, gosh, on Friday. So, oh my gosh, peak week starts in 2 days. That's nuts. But that's kind of what the game plan is looking like. It's really interesting because I've never been ready early. Like the judges' feedback was like, you don't really need to be any tighter. Like you don't need to be any leaner. They were like, you looked very lean. You looked very, very conditioned. So it's just a matter of filling out and kind of keeping those lines. So I've never been in this position before. So it's going to be really cool this peak week to see, like, I'm almost reverse dieting into this show and like bringing up food. So that is really cool, and I'm going to be feeling a lot better. And then of course after the shows we're going to be eating again, and I'm excited to show that with you guys, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We got to focus on this show, but I wanted to kind of like explain what that looks like, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just the nutrition coach in me. Like I think this stuff is so interesting, but I'm feeling really, really good. I had my post-workout meal, which was some wild-caught cod. My main lean protein source throughout prep is whitefish, just because it digests really easy for me and it's very lean. And I have been doing wild-caught mahi. I'm really big on it being wild-caught. Watch the documentary on how farm-raised fish is raised and you'll never eat it again. Like it, So anyways, I was doing wild-caught mahi. I get it all from Costco, and I switched to cod, and I've really, really been liking it. So I did some wild-caught cod, and then I had some jasmine rice and some frozen raspberries, which has been a go-to because of the high fiber content. Fiber is one of those things that is overlooked so much as well, and it's so important for keeping digestion regular, especially when you're in a calorie deficit. But that's kind of my little nutrition ramble, my little update for you guys, but I'm feeling really, really good, and I'm ready to keep pushing. I just got off of my meeting for some nutrition coaching stuff, and Mom is here. She's gonna help me organize the apartment today. And we got a little gift. This is what, from one of your clients?
Yes, Donna Rowland, shout out
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
for your wedding.
They're so cute. Oh my gosh, she makes these little coffee mugs, and I've been wanting to do like those pottery classes where you make your own little mugs, because my whole point with this apartment, I didn't want it to be like sad beige. I was trying to bring in like a lot of the blues and make it feel homey. So Oh my gosh, these are so
pretty.
cool.
Yeah, she did good.
So much better than just like a white plain
Yes.
IKEA mug. I feel like
Yeah.
it's so homey.
And she puts the little thumb thing on it.
I love that. Oh, and she got this too. One for me and one for Bradley.
Yeah.
I love the colors that she did. That
Yeah.
matches just like
Yeah. I love the colors she
perfect.
did too.
I've been loving everything like navy and like the coastal blues.
Yes.
All right, and it is time for another meal. Nothing glorious. We're still on the depletion menu. So 60 grams of green beans, and then I have 4 ounces of my wild caught cod. And then I've been putting my G Hughes sauce on it. Since it is not peak week, I can use my sugar-free sauces again. Yum! Alrighty, I just wrapped up some work on my computer. I touched base with all the girls in my online fitness program that are killing it with their fitness goals right now. So it is time for the best meal of the day. I love when I do train in the morning because then I get breakfast for dinner. It's amazing. And this meal, oh, chef's kiss. All right, so meal 1 is what I have been doing in the past few videos, which is that whey drip bowl. This is a chocolate cream of rice with some raspberries for my fiber. So these are my carbs. My protein is some whey protein isolate. I did a salted caramel. We made this into a whey drip, so just a little bit of water and mix that up and then threw it in the freezer. And then a whole egg for my fat source, which is delicious. And then what I'm gonna do, shout out Ali Prince, is I'm gonna drip this on top, and it's like a frosting. Amazing. And then I'm gonna top it with a little bit of flaky sea salt because why not? And it adds to the salted caramel flavor. Oh, so good. That is like my favorite protein from my protein, the salted caramel one. Oh, it just hits. But that is the finished bowl. Oh my gosh. The best meal ever. All right, surprise, surprise, another meal, and it is more fish and veggies. That is bikini prep core, honestly. But we get carbs tomorrow. I'm so excited. We're almost to the end of the day. I am getting very tired. I'm honestly really excited to just go to bed. I do have a little bit more that I need to get done today. I have a call with some people in the Nutrition Coaching Academy that I always like to lead, which is always very fulfilling. So that's going to be really fun. But then I think I'm just going to head to bed. The more that I can just focus on sleeping and resting, my body always responds better. So I'm going to try to make sure to get to bed early tonight and wind down, but I'm gonna get in this meal and then I have one more meal before the end of the day. My gosh, you guys, I am absolutely exhausted. It's time for a meal again, and then I'm hopping on a coaching call that I'm leading for the Nutrition Coaching Academy in just a bit, but I am drained. This, like, I feel depleted as heck, which is probably a good thing because tomorrow we are carving up, like I was saying. So the more depleted I am now, the better my body is going to respond to that carb up. But wow, it's 8:20 now, and I could have gone to bed like 3 hours ago. I've been getting some work done, but I am so excited to just wind down. Like, my body is just so tired. I am really glad that I did go to the gym in the morning rather than waiting until later on in the day. I think that that's helping me feel a lot better. But this last meal is 1 whole egg for a little bit of fats, and then I am doing some egg whites as my lean protein source. And of course, you guys know the drill. I am still doing this as an egg white pancake, even though I did, like I was saying, I cut out like the stronger artificials. Like, I'm not doing any maltodextrin or any aspartame or things like that. Like, I'm still having a little bit of my G Hughes sauce, and I still have pre-workout and my intra workout until peak week, which starts in 2 days, which is crazy. So I have just been doing my egg white pancake as cinnamon and stevia, and then not putting like the sugar-free syrup that I usually do. But honestly, right now I'm just in that mode where I would rather have some sweet egg whites than like savory. It's like I don't know, it's kind of like a sweet treat. So I'll take what I can get, and it is still very satiating, still gets in my protein. But literally, if you guys are new here, all I do is add some cinnamon to my shaker bottle with the egg whites in it. I add a little bit of liquid stevia, which isn't an artificial sweetener. It's actually just a leaf. It's like stevia leaf, and it makes it sweet. It doesn't add any calories, and there's no artificial, so it doesn't like hurt your stomach or hurt your digestion, because that's the reason I cut out any artificials, diet sodas, things like that, because when I'm this low and I've been in a deficit for this long, your digestion starts to get really sensitive. So I try and cut out anything that can mess with my digestion at this point, because I am that much more sensitive. So we love things like stevia and things like that are just going to keep our digestion moving smoothly. But that is going to round out this Prep Diaries episode. Thank you guys so much for following along. The next video I see you guys in will be peak week, which is absolutely crazy. And this is, the next big show. I am so excited. Again, thank you guys so much for all of your support. Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you. Thanks. You're lucky you're cute. You're lucky you're cute. But anyways, oh my God, if he doesn't choke me. Be sure to follow me on my socials as well on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting so much behind the scenes on there, but I appreciate every single one of you guys so much and all of your kind messages. And I can't wait to frickin' document the rest of this season with you guys and then go into a growing season. Oh gosh, so much fun stuff coming up. But I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.